Hey guys, so we have just dragged and dropped our tank. So this is the tank object, and we have just dragged and dropped this tank object into the hierarchy, and we have created this tank, and you are now seeing the tank in the scene view. So please make sure that your complete level art, this is the game object, that must be 000 and rotation also be 000. If you don't have that, just right click on it and hit on the reset, and same goes for tank. So now we will quickly cover how to create a prefab. So there is something called as prefab. Prefab is nothing but a copy of a game object that can be used multiple times. One quick example, what is the actual use case of prefab is, suppose you have 10 enemies inside a level, okay, 10 same type of enemies. Those look exactly same, and those functionalities and those behavior are exactly same. So at that time, instead of creating separate enemies for 10 times, we will create a single prefab, and we will replicate that prefab multiple times to maintain our scalability of the project. So this is something called as concept of a prefab. So we will quickly cover how to create a prefab. So we will create a tank. We will create a prefab of a tank. So click on the tank, and Outscal team has already given you a folder as prefab, and under that you will be seeing the prefab of entire environment is already there. So we will be just doing one thing. We will be clicking on this tank, and we will be dragging and dropping this game object under the prefab folder. That as simple as that. And here Unity will ask you, do you want to create a prefab? Then you just need to say original prefab. You want to create a original prefab. As simple as that. Now the color of this game object has got changed. If you can see, main camera has a different logo in the left hand side, but the tank and complete level art has the dark blue cube as a logo. So that is nothing but Unity is saying both of these are prefabs. So that, as simple as that. Don't worry too much if you are totally new to the concept of the prefab. Simply understand that prefab is a concept that can be used to create multiple copies of the same game object. So now suppose we want to spawn this game object. Suppose we want to spawn this tank in our exact scene view. So how to do it? First of all, I will click on this tank and I will delete it. How to delete? Either you can right click it and you can delete it, or you can simply click on it and press the delete key. So after, you can see the game view is changed, game scene is changed. There is a small star inside it, above it, sorry. So to save our scene, you just need to click on the Control S. So by simply pressing Control S, now scene is saved.